Day 897 off the grid, the eve of the winter solstice of 2017, polishing off the oak moon, as it were. And here we are in a lovely little place called Isel Park, because we've come here in Nelson to record our version of the Taking the Hobbits to Isengard, and we did it on this lovely little picnic table right here. So let's see what we have. The usual suspects first, the ACC of course, which is going to be probably used for recording for a long time. Touch wood. I mean, it's kind of, you know, become part of the furniture, as it were, again. And the Digitech sound card, so need not say too much about that. The metal amp plug, yeah, I haven't been very creative lately with different distortions, but I was coming to Nelson using a guitar I haven't used for a long time. Didn't know what was going to be the best distortion to use with it, and this one's pretty good with just about everything. Of course, Baffy with the Vox bass plug as usual. New style little torture board for our car keys. There we go. Okay, well, let's do the guitars now. Okay, this year I used the Washburn G Junior, the Skull guitar, because the song we're playing today is in standard tuning, so I didn't want to use the Honer and be in pentatune, so the standard tune guitar, well, E flat, but standard tune. And of course Baffy used the BC Rich Warlock guitar as a bass, because we didn't want to carry a bass down with us in the car. Too much loading now with Bubs and everyone. Too much last year for that matter, so especially now. So she just uses this and we just pitch shift it. Well, funny thing about doing that is you actually end up with a really good bass guitar tone for doing that. So all you bassists, take note. If you want a really good recorded guitar tone, play your bass line on a guitar and just pitch shift it down. Yeah, it actually works quite well enough that you don't have to worry about it or feel it's a compromise. Although a bass player might not appreciate having a 6-string put in their hands, that's another thing. But when it's such a nice BC Rich like this, well, who would complain? Right, now I have to say about the Akai Ghetto Blaster, Grandpop's Ghetto Blaster, this will be the last time we use this for a recording. We used it for the winter solstice last year, it went alright, and formerly before that, a number of years ago, we used it for Waiuta when we went there and recorded that stuff on the 4-track. I can't even remember for what. Oh, it must have been with O.T.G for Satan, the O.T.G for Satan split. We re-recorded some stuff on the 4-track and used this as basically our speakers, you know, and we've been using it here because it was around with a cassette adapter, but this year it really did let us down. We're here ready to go and the right hand channel kept fading out, and we'd play a few bars into the song and it would go, and then Baffy wouldn't hear her instrument, and so in the end I just reshuffled the cassette adapter so it was pushing both channels through the left speaker in mono, and we recorded these songs here, well, this track here today, Taking the Hobbits to Isengard. We recorded it entirely in mono, so we had both instruments coming out the same speaker with the drums, and it wasn't too bad. And I think that's an advantage again in using the guitar as a bass, because being a higher range, you know, they kind of come out the small speaker better. Had we had a real bass guitar here, well, it wouldn't have been so good, I'd imagine. In fact, even this whole Ghetto Blaster wouldn't be that good with a real bass. So I don't think there's much more else to say really. The mouse pad this time. Why not? Women's Day. It's all part of our day, isn't it? You know, the day of the Solstice Eve, I guess. And of course, I wasn't going to forget this. These special little box here contain some lovely, was it Bowmore? Is it Bowmore? I think it's Bowmore. I was talking on my report last night and I couldn't remember the name. I think it's Bowmore. We'll come back to that if it's wrong. An Islay single malt, and yeah, quite a bit of it in each of these with water to make it taste good. And you know, whiskey, it helps. It definitely helps, especially in a place like this. I mean, it looks nice now, it looks like nice and secluded, but the truth is it wasn't. There were heaps of fucking muggles here earlier, eh? There's these crazy and look, there's some now as an example, but it's thinned out a lot. There's this crazy, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, there's this crazy metal and chain things up there. They're actually goals for this silly game of frisbee golf. You play like a golf kind of style game with a frisbee, and I think it's fucking gay as fuck, to be honest. But there were some yobbos here with frisbees, and one of them threw one really close to us. I'm sure he did it deliberately, because he did it to an old lady later on over the other side of the park there. Glad they fucked off. I think our ritual helped with that. You know, ritual clears the space. Sometimes it has a more physical effect than other times. Sometimes it's just a mental space clearing. Sometimes it really is a physical space clearing. Yes. Oh, the westering sun. The westering sun. Well, this is basically the last sun of this year, isn't it? You know, this is the beginning of the longest night. This year, not calendar year, but seasonal year, this is North Sun. This is exactly North Sun. Well, it's westering, but it's northwest. Well, west-northwest, I believe, but it's North Sun. It's about as north as it gets. Down here, that's the opposite to you guys in the northern hemisphere. And yeah, people walking their dogs. Yeah. That's about it. Yep, we're going to pack up now and go in and get a few supplies for solstice meal tomorrow. We've got the candle set up at home and all that, so yeah, that's us. Yes, we better do that. Okay, well, let's stop filming and do that. Oh, we might just get a shot of Dan and Bear for you, why not? This might be out of the final jobby, but here we are. Here we go on solstice eve and the filming. Yeah, okay. Right, well, hope you had a good solstice. I won't say have a good solstice, I'll say hope you had, because this won't be up in time, well after the solstice, the way I'm going with my posts. So, hope you had a good one, and see you later. So here we are outside Isel House. This is the house, of course, that gave the name to the park, Isel House. One of the early homesteads here. It's really cool. But unfortunately, at this time of the year, it's closed. During the summer months, you can actually go in there and look around. Had it been a bad weather day today, this is where we would have done the recording. Probably just on the over there, in the veranda there, by those windows. That end, or maybe that end, depending on which way the rain was coming from. That's where we would have done it. But, of course, the day was like this, so we didn't. Yeah, Isel Park. It's a cool park. There's a bird feeder over there. There's that westering sun. Oh, that north sun's coming down now. It's just about the end of the day. By 5:30 PM that will be set. There's another bird feeder. Don't want to go too close to those, you might get shat upon. Yeah, the park. Although a lot of places have historic things of this and that, don't they? But it's like the combination of the bricks and the rubble stone here. The back of the building's actually got a bit of woodwork, so that may be a later build on. I dare say it would be. Yeah. Should really head off and do our thing. Closer in. Kind of neat. Well, this would have been the vista had we decided to set up upon here. Yeah. Except it would have been raining. Of course. Of course. Anyhow, here's the back of the house. The wooden bit. This was a caretaker's. When I used to come here when I was young, this was a caretaker lived in this back bit. But it appears to be some kind of cafe now. Because that's what happens to everything in fucking Nelson, eh? It turns into a fucking cafe, eh? It's an old church once, now it's a cafe now. Oh yeah. Yeah, those scooter guys put them down. You know, old government building, cafe. Or maybe a bar. Yeah, there's the back anyway.
Yeah, that's really cool.
There's some lamps. They're not gas lamps, but they're gas lamp style, aren't they? Yeah. That would be worth a photo, wouldn't it? Oops, the dot. Okay. Oh, here's the Isel Park sign. Blah, blah, blah. This and that. There we go. Okay. There you go. Just take it to the wick. That's it. Hold it there. Get it lit. Is it burning strong? Yep. Don't blow the match out when you take it away. Shake it out or just give it back to me.
Oh, there we go. There she goes.
At about 6:18. Or 18, I should say. Really, shouldn't I? 18. Oh yes, that's what time it is.
Oh,
yeah.